Hey, and welcome to another video. I'm Matt on the Techie M channel, and today I wanted to highlight some of my favorite commands to use with Google Home devices. Google Homes have become pretty popular gadgets that offer some smart home control and other convenient features, with their main selling point being, of course, using your voice for all of these actions. So let's jump in. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe while you're here. It's a small moment for you, but it makes a big difference to me. Turn the lamp purple. By far the most used feature in our home is controlling the lights. I've been using Sengled bulbs for the past few years and have been enjoying them. In my experience, they're a decent brand at a decent price point. I'll toss a few links down below in the description if you want to take a peek for yourself. They aren't as expensive as some of their competitors, but they don't have as many features either. Saying gives you lots of different lighting options, from dimming the lights to a certain percentage to changing their color or altering the warm or cool light that's coming from the bulbs. I've also played around with some scheduling and if integration to help automate when the lights turn on or off. So for example, turning on when the sun sets, or turning on when we start getting ready for work and turning off when we've left the house. Number 2 on the list is playing music. Google Homes allow you to choose from several different streaming services, from Spotify to YouTube Music to Pandora and some others. A useful tip when using Spotify is to save a playlist that you like in the Spotify app itself, and then that way you can ask Google, play my pop playlist, for example, and it will recall the one that you've liked from the app. If Apple Music is more your flavor, you can cast your audio from the Apple Music app. I also like to utilize a feature called speaker groups in the Google Home app. There are a few home devices around the house, as well as a large Vizio speaker, so I have them all connected together to get the music bumping around the house. I've also set this to be the default whenever we ask for music. Now, I can't find anywhere that this is a confirmed feature, but it seems as though when Google recognizes who is speaking to it, it can relay that information to the Spotify app. So for example, when I ask the Google Home generically, will play some music, it will play more rap and hip hop music, which is what I typically ask for, versus when my girlfriend asks for music, it will often play pop music, which is what she typically listens to. Google's voice recognition is very good, so hopefully it's not just my imagination with this one. The third on this list is the ability to set timers. Now in the kitchen, this can be really useful when making meals. Whether you have a fancy dinner on the stove or you just don't want to forget your nugs, having a timer on the go can be really helpful. I use a Nest Hub in the kitchen, which will display the timer and even enlarge it once you walk away. You can name timers too if you want multiple on the go. A relatively new addition to timers is that the hot word is no longer required to stop it. So when a timer goes off, all you need to do is say stop to get it to stop shouting at you. No Google needed. Next up is using a Google Home with smart plugs. I use a lot of Wemo plugs, and while they are far from perfect, they've been pretty reliable for me. In the summer, there's always one connected to a fan, and I've also played around with using them on lamps that don't have a smart bulb in them. Smart plugs can be useful for turning a regular appliance into one that is smart as well, as long as it has a physical switch. If you're a frequent tea drinker as we are, you can turn your regular kettle into one that is semi-smart by using a smart plug. This does require you to make sure that the kettle is filled with water and that you press the button the night before. However, when you're getting ready in the morning, you can ask Google to turn the kettle on, and by the time you're finished getting ready, you can go downstairs and have hot water ready to pour your tea. Number 5 is checking the weather. Although this is one of the more basic features, something I want to highlight is the ability to ask for the weather in different locations. For example, asking, what's the weather in Halifax tomorrow?
In Halifax tomorrow, it'll be partly cloudy with a high of 23 and a low of 14.
It can be helpful if you're planning a day trip or a very long drive. You can also ask the forecast for the next few days. It normally gets asked when we're getting ready in the morning or getting ready to go somewhere. Next is something that I'm really excited about, as we recently got a Nest thermostat. The learning features of this are what I'm really looking forward to during the cold winter months, as well as being able to ask Google to adjust the temperature from around the house or to a specific room depending on your home heating setup. This next command has been one that's definitely been useful in the last few months of social distancing and quarantine. Asking Google what's new on Netflix will have it list out some of the more recently released TV shows and movies. It actually helped remind us of the new season of Good Girls that recently came out, shout out Manny Montana, and can help you discover something new to watch. Number 8 on the list is awesome if you're a bit lazy. Asking Google to broadcast will send a message to all of your Google Home devices. It's a great way to tell someone that dinner is ready or ask them a question without having to get up off the couch. It is a bit creepy if you're not expecting it though.
Hello, do you want to play a game?
Number 9 on the list is an old feature that has been recently given an update. While you could always set reminders on Google Home devices, you can now ask it to send to a certain person and it will alert them on their phone. You can also set it to a specified time. They do, however, need to be a member of your household in the Google Home app. This means that I won't ever forget to take out the trash. Last but not least is TV control. This depends on what you're using as a streaming device. We have an NVIDIA ShieldTV, however this also works with a Chromecast or anything running Android TV. Once again, in the time of quarantine, it can be tough to juggle snacks at the same time as the remote. I often use this command as I'm on my way in from the kitchen, saying, play some Modern Family on Netflix. By the time I'm sitting down and settled, the TV is turned on and the show is playing. Alright, that's my list for now. There are so many useful things that you can ask Google Home devices. These are just some of the ones that I use the most and find the most useful. Drop a comment below if there's one that you use all the time. Thanks for watching. I'll see you here in the next video. Hit that like button and subscribe while you're here for more. Make me a sandwich.
Ooh. You're a sandwich.